Hello, and welcome to the first episode of the Whimsy and Wisdom podcast. I'm so excited to cultivate this space with you guys. I have been thinking about making a podcast for quite some time now, and I finally just bit the bullet and I did it. I thought about a name, and I actually was procrastinating the name a lot, and I was like, oh my god, I need to perfect this. I need to perfect this. And then I remembered I need to stop trying to be perfect. The perfectionism gets to me so much, and I'm only human, right? I feel like a lot of people have the same problem that I do with just trying to, especially with content, trying to push out perfection. And that's just not me. I'm not perfect. So I don't even want to pretend like I am. Of course, we all want to present a certain way, like our online persona. And, we want people to see the best in us for sure. But I kept going back and forth. And then I ended up just picking a name that was one of the first names I even thought about doing. It feels like this name was picked intuitively. So I'm glad I went back to it. I was trusting my gut and I just went with it. So, welcome to Whimsy and Wisdom. First of all, I want to ask, how are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Let me know in the comments how you have been feeling these past couple weeks, because with Mercury retrograde ending as well as Lionsgate also ending, I feel like I'm feeling more of the effects afterwards, which I feel like tends to happen sometimes because now we're shifting into this new vibrational state and this new reality per se. Pure chaos for me. Hopefully your guys' past few weeks have been better than mine. First of all, my car engine exploded on me. So I'm currently carless and I'm looking for a new car. So that's a whole thing. I'm looking for a Mazda. Okay. I was looking at Subarus, but now I'm kind of going the Mazda route. I think I'm going to get a CX-50. So if you know anything about them, very random, but I might be getting a new car. Well, not might. I am, because I kind of have to. I have to commute to work and things like that. I'm very, very grateful that I get to work from home, though, majority of the time. Although, in a couple months, they're changing that to be an office more. So, definitely got to get that figured out by November. And then, get this, right after my car engine explodes, going through all of that, the very next weekend on Saturday, I wake up so happy that I have my day off. And I wake up to a flooded basement. Like, I am talking calf high. I was going to say ankle high. No, it was calf high. Like, it was mid calf high. It was crazy. I have never experienced anything like that. It was honestly, I think I handled myself really well in this situation. I feel like old me would have like started screaming and crying and throwing up, to be honest with you. So I kind of got to see the progression of how I handle situations now more maturely and emotionally more regulated, which was really nice to kind of see. So it kind of put it in a new perspective for me. Hi, Bootsy. Are you trying to be on the Whimsy podcast, babies? Bootsy has a lot to say about this. Any words? Thank you. Oh, I got cat hair in my mouth now. Yes. Okay, I'm probably gonna have cat hair on my lipstick for like the rest of this video, but it is what it is. But yeah, it was really cool to see my progression, honestly, and like my self development journey. And just honestly, how I used to react to things versus now, it really put it into a new perspective for me. Even though the situation still freaking sucked, it took us days to get it cleared. Literally, just yesterday, we actually finally got it all cleared out. We also have a cistern, and we found out the cistern was what caused the immense flooding. If you don't know, cistern is a like old well system they have in a lot of old houses. Our house was built in 1910, so very, very old. It basically looks like a little cave in our house, and they used to collect rainwater and use that. So we looked at that and we found out there was a huge hole in it. And we just totally did not realize that there was, because for one, I don't really go down in that area a lot. It's kind of like a deeper part of our basement as well. So like I really don't go over there. It's like way more underground. But you live and you learn. So we're definitely going to check more often to make sure that doesn't happen again. So yeah, it's been a moment for me. It's been a moment for me. I've been going through a lot of different stressors in my life, and I feel like it just like kind of all compiled onto me, and I kind of hit a wall a little bit. I kind of hit a little breaking point, which leads me into what I want to talk about today, and that is the art of accepting anger. The art of accepting anger is so important. And what I mean by this is simply just accepting and acknowledging that anger exists within you and that it's okay and it's valid. You can feel angry. So, anger, a lot of the time, is something that we just naturally suppress because we're taught to. Whether that's like childhood trauma that you've learned throughout time, um, anger equals bad, right? We don't want to show that. It just leads to resentment, lashing out, conflict, and we're taught to ignore that emotion. But repression is rejection. So think about that. If you're repressing this, you're rejecting that emotion. You're not accepting that emotion for what it is. Emotions have no morality. We're allowed to feel at any capacity that we need to feel and accepting it, not letting it consume us, but rather just simply accepting, because anger is triggered by our body telling us something is off. A boundary was overstepped, right? And asking, what is the anger telling your body? When we get angry, we're usually triggered by something that goes wrong, didn't go our way, or a boundary was overstepped, and our body is like, no, 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 fight or flight mode. We need to fix this. No, 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 this isn't what was supposed to happen. This isn't what played out in my head, you know? And you got to really think and step back. Where are you feeling this anger as well? Because a lot of time for me, it's all a lot in my head. Like I can literally physically feel it in my head as well as my stomach. Maybe you feel it in your chest more, maybe your throat. It could be like your throat chakra. But majority of the time for me, it's my stomach and my head. And really just trying to be present and ground yourself. I know that's like so much easier said than done, but it truly does help when you find a practice that is super mindful, whether that's journaling. Journaling really helps. And if you have a hard time getting into it, I would like to offer you some prompts in my bio in the description. If you would like some prompts on this specific topic with anger, I would love to help you get into it. It really, really helps. Or it can be meditation, it could be just grounding outside. Simply taking a walk is also something else that you can do to transform this energy into something more positive. And also, what I mean by transforming this energy is taking it and converting it to peace, creativity, passion. So it's not letting the anger consume you, but rather you using that energy, because anger is a powerful emotion. It's a powerful energy, and it's going against nature by rejecting it, right? Because again, when you're repressing this anger, it leads to an internal energy shift, an emotional shift within you, and that turns into dysregulation. And that's not what we want for our bodies. Our bodies need to be regulated and as balanced as they can be. It is all about balance. And that means accepting the good and accepting the bad as well. So just know, if you have been feeling a little frustrated, angry, annoyed, whatever it is, because I feel like a lot of those emotions relate to one another. Not necessarily synonyms, I guess, but they do definitely correlate and bounce off of each other. Like, if you're feeling angry, you probably could feel annoyed. You probably feel frustrated, vice versa. But the art of it all is just accepting what it is and just remembering you can't control what someone else wants to do or what they have done or how they're going to react to something, but you can control how you react to it and how you take that energy and what you transform it into. You can control that. And as for a little example of transforming your energy, I ended up transforming some of my anger, my frustration into creativity yesterday. I ended up painting my front door green because I felt like it. Why not? Having a little moment. Having a little moment. So I decided to paint my door green on a whim, because who's going to stop me? And if you hate it, you're not whimsy and you just don't get it. Only the whimsy get it. And just remembering that anger is actually so fucking beautiful. So beautiful that I can feel this intense. It's so beautiful that I feel so deeply. And just remembering that we are human. We are human and we were designed this way. We weren't given these emotions. We weren't structured this way for no reason. It's okay to accept them for what they are and what it is. So just know You are definitely not alone. You're not alone in the chaos. You never are. You never are alone. And I just want everyone to remember that. And through the good and through the bad, that's what I really want this podcast to kind of be about, is to be able to talk about the hard parts and the good parts of life, and just self-development and self-journey, just life in general, because life is weird. Life gets pretty odd, it gets hectic, and a lot of the times, especially on social media, we want to be perceived in this light of everything's sunshine, everything's rainbows. But it's not. It's not. It doesn't feel like that all the time. I mean, life is beautiful. It is. I can say that wholeheartedly, and I believe that through the good and through the bad. And we go through these process of emotions to learn different things about ourselves and about other people as well, too. So it's just really a long journey of self-discovery, and there's not really an end to it either. So we're not on a journey. We're not on a life journey. We're not on this journey of self-discovery to reach an endpoint. It's only just to keep evolving and be the best human being that we can possibly be for ourselves and just for the people that we love around us. But yes, it's okay to be confused. It's okay to be lost in your head a little bit, but just remembering why you're here. You're here to experience life, and life is so fucking magical. Remember that. Life is so magical, and even when sometimes it doesn't feel like it, it is. It is such a blessing to be here and to experience and to love. And it's a blessing to also feel anger. That's the art of it all. It's a blessing to even feel sad, you know? It's so beautiful that we can feel so intensely. And I want everyone to remember that. And I know that it's super hard in the moment, because I still have my moments where, like, no, I'm just annoyed right now. Like, that's it. That's it. Annoyed is the mood. But again, transforming it into something better for yourself and not letting the stress devour you and consume you. I think that's really, really, really important. What do I know? I'm just a girl. But I'm just saying that's my little piece of wisdom, as well as adding some whimsy to it, because you got to look at everything with a little bit of whimsy. Otherwise, you're just going to be stuck in this loop that feels almost miserable, you know? And you want to look at the world as half full instead of half empty. You don't want to look at everything as like, okay, well, this part's bad, so everything's bad. My life is over. It's over. You don't want to think that way. Sorry, a motorcycle just passed by, so I'm going to repeat what I just said, but your mind believes what it hears, especially when it hears it so many times. It starts to believe that as the truth. So giving yourself affirmations is really important too. I'm loved. I'm safe. I accept that I feel upset. I accept that I'm frustrated. And you want to convert that into love, into peace, into creativity, passion, whatever your heart desires in that moment, whatever you need in that moment. But yes, you are not alone on this journey. I really want to create this space for you guys to really become family together and just share the realness in the world of self journey, because this is a long journey and we are all constantly fucking up, making mistakes. We are learning different things about ourselves every single day, and that is part of the human experience, and that's what makes it all so beautiful. And we're all such different individuals, and we all have different learning points in life, and sometimes it's going to take a few times of fucking up. It's going to take a couple times of fucking up until you maybe learn. Maybe the third time you learn, maybe the fourth time you learn, maybe the fifth time. You know, but making sure you actively put the steps in the work in to evolve and not stay stagnant is really, really important. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this podcast today. I really, really enjoyed this very first episode, and there's so many more to come. I cannot wait to see you guys in the next podcast. And I love you. You're not alone. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.